Hey there, everybody. Eric Chessen, founder of Autism Fitness, leading the movement for movement. And here we go with your Tuesday training, where we go over the physical, adaptive, and cognitive skills of an athlete in real time, analyzing a video of one of my Autism Fitness athletes who range all over the place in age and ability levels. And if you are ready to become an Autism Fitness certified pro, head on over to autismfitness.com. The link is in the description of this video below, and you can start your journey to becoming an Autism Fitness certified pro wherever you are in the world. You can start the course with the self-paced classes and then join me for your live hands-on virtual practical, where you will get the hands-on, brains-on, feet-on training that you and your athlete or athletes deserve. Head on over to autismfitness.com after you have watched this video. And of course, appreciate if you like and subscribe to the Autism Fitness here on YouTube. So today, I want to show you two warm-up exercises with a particular athlete. Now, one of these, in our base level program with warm-ups, we usually do hurdle steps that are forward. And once our athlete progresses or advances beyond that exercise, we can start going with different variations. It doesn't make sense to progress an exercise until that standard baseline is met. Once it is, we can go in a couple different directions, literally and figuratively there as well. So I'm going to analyze for you a lateral step with one of my athletes, and you're going to see that focus is on, that on-task behavior is on, and that the step is really on. This is what it looks like when things are going really well, and then equally so when he does an overhead band walk. So I'm going to start with this video right here, and I'm just going to break down everything, because it's not as though we're always looking for things to go wrong or we're looking at things that are off. I don't want to always be in the negative of, okay, what's wrong? What can we fix? What compensations are there? Of course, these are important things to look for. At the same time, it is extremely important to note what is going really good right now. So we see with this athlete, he's got this great lateral step. So with the lateral step, clearly there is a difference in the gait pattern from the forward hurdle step. The lateral one is a lot tougher for many of our athletes on the autism spectrum and with related neurodiversities. And one of the things that this athlete is not doing, so right now I'm going to point out some of the things that we see a lot that he's not doing. So I'll start from top to bottom. Head position is really good. It's okay if our athletes look down. Obviously, there's an obstacle here, so that's just fine. Chest position is one that we're looking for, because sometimes what will happen is the chest will start to turn, or the torso will start to turn in the direction in which the athlete is moving. So we have a tendency to see the torso and hips start moving to the left when the athlete is moving to the left. So we can call this N block, that's EN, next word, BLOC, movement, where the whole body is moving, whereas we want part of the body stable and remaining facing forward. So here we see a great job with our athlete remaining forward, and we see the hips and the legs and the knees and the feet moving really well. That looked great right there. So I'll show that one more time here.
Yes, and back the other way.
Look at that stuff. That knee position here.
Man, that's it. Right
there we go. That knee position looks great. And this is a difficult exercise for a lot of our athletes, because there's a tendency, again, to rotate the hips. This is something that is interesting, because even if an athlete has mastered that forward hurdle step, it doesn't automatically mean that they're going to quickly master the lateral step. So we want to make sure that they master that forward hurdle step first. Other thing, and this is a pro tip, even if you have an athlete who is stepping over taller hurdles, start out with lower hurdles on that lateral step. We can't assume or presume that an athlete is going to be competent and capable with that lateral step simply because they've mastered the forward hurdle step. So that was an awesome example of the of that lateral hurdle step. So the next video that I'm going to bring up here is the same athlete doing an overhead band walk. Why do we do the overhead band walk? So the overhead band walk is a fantastic upper body mobilization, thoracic spine mobilization. So the thoracic spine, this upper back area here, we want this mobilized for many of our athletes, particularly when we're talking about the autism population. Down syndrome population, we have to be careful because we see a lot of laxity in the joints at the shoulders, but mainly in the ASD population, a lot of what we see is some upper back rounding. And I will, as a disclaimer right here, this is not going to cure at all or necessarily fix upper back rounding or postural control, but it can certainly contribute to enhancing the upper back musculature, shoulder mobility where it's needed, because mobility is not always a benefit. It's a factor, but here we definitely want it, and grip as well. And you can tell, so in life, we usually want smiles. However, we don't want the band smiling. We want this band in a one straight line because we want the athlete pulling it apart when they're doing this overhead band walk.
Stretch it up.
So he does really well with this verbal cue of stretching the band up. You can see he's holding the band overhead the entire time. This is one of my go-to warm-up exercises. Absolutely love this one. And the way that we would scale this exercise, you can see that he's walking, I'd say around 12 feet total. To scale it, we can either provide a mirror prompt, something that we go over a lot in the Autism Fitness Level 1 certification. So I might walk in front of the athlete to provide that visual prompt. In this case, he's doing really well with that verbal prompt of keeping those arms up. So I'm going to finish up the video from that point right here. If I can get it. There we go. So looks good, really good finish. So there, and that would be a great example of two exercises that our athletes can do as a superset for warm-up. Hurdle step, or in this case, the lateral hurdle step, and then an overhead band walk. So we get some low body mobility, we get upper body mobility and stability as well. Keep in mind, there's a strength and stabilizing component to maintaining that overhead position with that band. So same athlete, two different exercises, independent with both of them. So if we're breaking down physically, has he mastered each exercise? Absolutely. Adaptively, is he motivated sufficiently to complete each exercise to best of current ability? Absolutely. And cognitively, does he understand the expectation for the exercise? Yes, he does. So we can check off all three boxes. He's got it. And from here, you know, with warm-up exercises too, it's not always about progressing it. Warm-up is about maintaining and getting the body ready for more challenging exercises later on. So if we're talking about greater enhancement of motor planning, we might want to add a couple more things. But in this case, ideal warm-up for this athlete. So there you have it, two warm-up exercises mastered independently, so the athlete can do them at a very high level without any real mirror prompting or any extra that I can do. I can just kind of hang back and coach from the side, which is ideal. And that's it there. So I'm Eric Chessen, founder of Autism Fitness. If this has been helpful for you, please feel free to share it with and colleagues, parents, and others who could benefit from it. Again, helpful if you like and subscribe to the Autism Fitness. And if you are ready to join the Movement for Movement and become an Autism Fitness Certified Pro, that link is in the description below, autismfitness.com. Thank you for watching Tuesday Training.